5-minute games, 600. Notepads out. Hopefully we can start with a win, but we all know damn well first game of the day could be a little rough. Let's see. Always take the center. Knight comes out, and oh boy, this is like a pop quiz right off the bat. Pop quiz right off the bat. We want to make sure we go with the bishop here because I've never lost a game worse than this. Truly, I've never. Like, it was the nastiest loss of the entire series so far. It's etched in my brain. I never want to relive that. Knight there, knight g5. As far as I'm concerned, at 603 ELO is a forced win for white. So I'm not going to let my opponent have a forced win. I'm not. I'm going to play here. And now I can get my knight out. This is the only deviation here with this bishop. Now I can get my knight out. And okay. I mean, I guess I have to play the fool here. Okay. So we're plus a bishop here, right? Let's not forget this. We got 3. He got 1. Just want to make sure that the math is out there. It's public. Okay. I mean, look at he follows up with this and then boom, in there with the knight, like it's nothing. Like that's the follow-up? I mean, okay. We got h6, big habit. We got the pawn up. And to be honest, I mean, we're going to continue with all of our good normal moves here, but the only weird thing is we can't castle. So I might just castle like a like a lunatic here, one move at a time. So not really sure what else to do. And you know me, habitual. I just want the position to look the same that it always does. But we'll get the bishops both controlling the center. The knights are both out, also controlling the center. I mean, guys, what is this move? What is this move? Sometimes you really just have to sit there and let your opponent make a mistake. Like, what have we done? We haven't done anything. I've just been sitting here. Okay, we'll get the queen out. Now, to be honest, I don't really know what to do with this king. I have to figure that out. Okay, our rook is attacked, so we'll just move it and also attack the guy that attacked us. That seems fair. Okay, I mean, not really sure what to do with my king. This is a rather unorthodox game. Like, king up, like it's just such a weird game. This is a very off script type of move or type of game. So maybe since we can't castle, I'll just bring my rook into the middle and maybe go with some some pawn moves next. Just get oh okay. Take it. Just get all the pawns up. I mean, we're threatened here, so I'm gonna take this one, but we got b5 coming in next. Oh, no, we don't. I guess just this. I wish we had b5 coming in next. Probably this one next. Okay. We'll continue with our pawn moves. Okay. Queen takes h6. I've got a hanging knight. That's about all I am sure about. Maybe we can defend it while staying in the center here with the queen. Very unusual position. We've got a king that can't castle. You know, habits being broken left and right, but hey, if you want to give me 2 pieces, yeah, I won't castle. You know, that's fine. It's fine with me. Fine with me. Okay, king. Not attacked yet. Looking a little, a little dangerous here. I guess for the moment, I'm just going to try to stay towards the center with my queen. Definitely could see a bunch of other moves there, but I feel like the queen in the center is always reliable. We have a repeater. Big repeater. A guy that's excited, very excited to make a draw. Now, what we know is that you should always repeat. These are the rules. My opponent understands the assignment here. All right, well, we got a pawn that we can finally take. I mean, feels like we've been waiting to make this move for a while. All right. It feels like, so we had 2 pawns here, and then now they're here, and all of white's pawns are gone. So I don't know what happened there, but keep this one defended, but also defend this one. Well, this is not bad at all. Looking solid here. Rook to A1. I don't really know what to do, so I'm just gonna stick with the pawn moves because that always feels just nice and easy. Like if you're confused, like pushing a pawn up the board can really make your opponent think. And okay, well, hey, we got a trade. You know I'm interested, and we got a capture to make. I'll just go for that. What happened to castle ASAP? Hey, it's impossible, so nothing we can do about it. It was impossible ever since the 5th move of the game. The nice thing is we now have a different square available, so it's even more central. Maybe this one makes more sense. Knight H8. This is a move and a half here. Knight to H8. He's on my side of the board. Get this clown out of here. Knight H8. He's trying to blend in with my pieces here. I'd like to point out, I don't feel that I've actually done anything for the last 20 moves. Like I've just kind of been shuffling my pieces all the time. I mean, hey, what are we doing here? Push, 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 push. Knight into the middle. If I'm making moves around the middle, it can't be that bad. King. Okay. Looking like a pretty rough game here. Hasn't made a lot of sense, but hey. Our guy is he's sacking pieces right at the start. Nothing I can do about that. This guy needs to leave me alone here. Lay off me, pal. Okay, well, you click the king, you only see 1 dot. It means you only got 1 move. So you may as well move it. I got a hanging piece. I got a trade. I'm ready for the next move. Just put me in, coach. Put me in, coach. Okay, we got hanging piece number 1, hanging piece number 2. Okay. I don't even know what's happening anymore. Listen, dude, I don't even know what's occurring anymore. This game has to be one of the weirdest games in the entire series. I don't even think one of his pieces made it without being hung for free. If I'm thinking back, did he? I guess maybe he traded one piece. Maybe he traded one piece. I don't know. It felt like he lost every single piece. If I had to remind myself, he definitely lost that piece. Definitely lost that piece. Okay, he traded the knight. Okay, the knight. He lost those 2 pawns. Okay, traded the knight. Fair play to him. Then he lost the rook, lost the knight, lost the rook, lost the queen. Okay, he traded the knight. Never mind. I take it back. He traded the knight. All is forgiven. All is forgiven. I can't say nothing bad to it. We're back in the 500s here. Are you going to be able to castle if this happens? Not really, right? Not really. But we really got to experience how difficult it is to follow like a fundamental approach when your king is not just safely tucked away. It's amazing how integral that is to our game. Just having that safety net of not having to worry about your king. It means a lot. So I would probably put a bigger weight on, making sure my king is safely tucked away. But I really chalk this up to an anomaly. You just got to make the best of it. Let the habits guide you as they will. But anyone who's giving you 2 pieces, I'd rather be in that position than any other position. 2 free pieces, but I can't castle. Sign me up every single time. Can never complain about being up 2 pieces. Mans, thank you for the 13 months. He earned that win. I can't say anything bad about it. He definitely, he had the chance to repeat, right? Many times. Did he? No. That's a guy that really wanted it out there. He really wanted it. Let the habits guide you. That's definitely the thing, Mans UK. You're not going to win every game using the habits, but you're going to win the majority of them, and your rating is going to go up. We've seen it happen. Not just to me, but to so many others. Let's go to the next one. We take the first loss of the day in emphatic fashion. But if we're going to lose the first one, I'm glad it was to a guy like that, What a start. Holy smokes, that was brutal. Now I've got the white pieces. We're in control now. Now we can really settle in, I think. We go with the knight. We go with the other knight. And we get our bishop out. Want to make sure we castle ASAP. We have a nice snorkel. D3. And would you look at this? The bishop can even get out to this square as opposed to this one. Looking pretty good there. The rook into the middle. Bishop needs to move. Both acceptable. I'm going to choose the square that more directly attacks the center, but both completely fine, as they both do attack the center. We've got 2 happy bishops. We've got rooks in the middle. We got the knights. Oh, we got a trade. Absolutely. And now it's time to send the pawns. We've got pretty much a perfect habits start here. Send everything. Okay, knight's got to move. We always check the center first if available. These 4 squares are hopefully home to most of our moves in a game. Okay, we got a trade here. Jeez, I don't know if that's a trade or not. That looks a little more reliable. Knight for knight. Yeah, that's familiar to me. And let's continue with the RPMs, the random pawn moves. Yes. We've got this. Every piece happy. Probably this one next, completing our RPMs. Random pawn moves. Oh, excuse me. Don't mind if I do. A trade followed by an RPM. This is my dream. Everything is just so easy here. We'd also like to keep trading, of course. Okay, we've run out of RPMs to make, so sure, we'll grab another pawn here. Usually around this point as well, if I don't have any more pawns to move and we're getting close to an endgame, a couple things start to stick out. I probably bring my king to the middle a little bit more. I look for maybe doubling the rooks. In this case, we have a trade, so we're just going to go ahead and snap that off. Yes, sir. And we have a hanging piece. Okay, perfect. Wow, that certainly worked out now, didn't it? Knight has to move. Where can we go? Not the center, sadly, but this square attacks 2 central squares, so I think it looks pretty reliable here. Oh, we got a trade. Very nice. Okay, knight into the middle. Always check the middle first. Looks pretty good. Okay, we need to move this knight. I mean, yeah, at this point I can't really go here, and I'd say either one of these moves makes sense. Probably f4 if we were forced to pick here. I'd probably go to f4. Okay, our rook is being attacked here. Let's bring it back to safety, because there's one thing that I haven't been able to do that I'm dying to do, which is bring my king into the middle. So let's see if we're permitted to finally do it, because I would say the end game started kind of right here, but we had other things to do, like finish off our RPMs. And here I was ready to probably bring the king in or double the rooks, but we had so many moves that were just tempo, tempo, tempo. We finally had a second to ourselves here, and we will play this. Just bring the king in. Let's go. Okay, the knights. Obviously, we look central first. And before I even consider moves over here, definitely look towards the middle. This is the most central move that I can find. Go ahead and take this pawn here. Here. Okay, well, we'll activate our king a little bit. Always up for trades. Always up for trades. Trade with me. The random king moves. Yes. Bring it in. Let's go. Some energy. Use the king as a weapon here. Knight into the middle of the board will be a bad move about 0% of the time. How can it be? What a beautiful steed right here. Okay, we're having difficulty attacking these pawns here, but luckily we're well aware that We just need to move our king. King is just such a powerful piece that we could just move it and figure it out. We're in the center. Moves in the center. Okay, we're going to lose our knight unless we make a move into the center. Don't mind if I do. Okay, I've pretty much been unsuccessful trying to attack these pawns. Like, I don't know, I'm not able to make meaningful threats here. So I feel like I'm going to default to my other plan of trying to trade them off. Because I can't win them. I can't attack them. Okay. Always a trade. Always staying central. Okay. Let's take this one. Okay, what can we do here? We're in the center. We're looking for trades. Go me. Knight to f3. Wow. The same square that started it all. This is the king and pawn endgame that everyone in chat is, dreaming of. This is the beautiful endgame where you get to show off your great technique. The nice thing is you can't really mess it up. Maybe you won't win it, but you shouldn't lose it. Luckily, this is the simple part of the game for everybody to pay attention here. Roberta Trotta 99 also understands that this part is trivial for a 600 like us, and therefore, why waste everyone's time? Right? Every 600 surely is able to conclude the game from here, right? Wrong. Never resign. Don't let that be you. If I saw someone in my circle resigning here with the black pieces, immediately out of the circle. You kidding me? Resigning like that? Trusting a 600 to deliver checkmate with 30 seconds? Delusional. I don't ever want to see this behavior from a circle member. So, this game really played itself. Let's review the habits. Pawn in the center. Both knights out. And of course, towards the center. None of this nonsense over here. None of that. None of this knight d2 crap. None of this knight... No. Here. Bishop out so that we can follow up with our other pawn to get our other bishop out. Okay, we got our castle ASAP. Got our snorkel out. There's the pawn move. There's the bishop. Literally every piece. So happy. All controlling the center. Beautiful. Rook to the middle. We basically queen up, rook over. We got attacked, so we just stayed attacking the center. And then we went for trades when prompted and then just sent the pawns. Chucked the knight into the middle of the board and more random pawn moves and trades whenever they were possible. That's really all we did here. And we walked ourselves into a position that we won a piece in. We didn't do this on purpose. It's just follow good habits, good things will happen. There's really no official counter for when you snorkel. But I would say not before you castle, that's for sure. There's no real rule. Sometimes it might make sense to do it earlier. In general, if you play it before you castle, it's not going to be a mistake. No one's going to be hating on you. If I see someone bringing out the habits and they're playing pawn to h3 a little earlier or a little later than they should, at least they're playing it, right? The more games you play, the more you're going to realize, okay, the earlier I play it, the more it's helping me out, or maybe I need to delay it because it's causing me some problems to have it there early when people are maybe like just crazy attacking. But we played it on move 6 here. I would say you should probably have it by move 10, but there will be some rare exceptions to that if your opponent's playing like a lunatic and maybe sacking some pieces and going crazy. But if you don't have a habit h3 played by move 10 on level 1 habits, that was probably wrong. Probably wrong. But yes, that's a good way to think of it, Wally. In general, your move h3 will either be played, before you move your d-pawn or directly after, but there'll never be a situation where you want to be moving another pawn other than, one of your center pawns, maybe the other one square, and then your snorkel. Those are like your first 3 pawns in every single game. So that's just it. When does level 2 habits start? Well, we might not need it. We might just be able to reach 3,000 ELO with just level 1 habits. So, as always, we only bring out a new rule set if we're really plateauing and we feel that we need to take ourselves to the next level. Haven't felt that way so far, so I think we just take it to the moon. TH Toaster, 52 months. Welcome back, TH. We will make sure to dedicate the speedrun to you, Java. Posthumously, of course. How do you decide which square to develop the queen to? You can't make a bad decision. If these are your 2 options, you really can't make a bad decision. In general, I've been moving, I think, to 1 square up a little bit more than usual. But if you were pinned, then I would probably go here. That's probably the easiest way to think of it. If you're pinned and you move 1 square up, you're probably going to get taken and ruin your pawns. So I would keep my knight defended if there's a need to defend it. And if there's no need to defend it, I'd probably go straight up. But both will be good at all times. That's the beauty of it. Can't really make a mistake. It's impossible. The 600s you play are way stronger than this. Wait a minute. No, the 600s you play are just as strong as this. It's just that you suck. That's the variable that's changing. They're just as strong. You need more time spent in the circle. More time in the circle. We're sentencing Language Lobster to, connect more with his circular peers. My comments break your fragile spirit to play. Well, then, unfortunately, chess is not the game for you. Maybe take up bowling. To the next one. Okay, we need a pawn in the center. Oh, pawn to capture. We capture everything, so sure. All right, well, we'll make sure to get our knights out. As we always should. Okay, we got our knights out. I mean, can't really move my bishop anywhere. My squares are kind of taken, and we can't really go there. And I can only see this far ahead. There's really, it's kind of like a video game. Like the horizon just kind of ends there. Like I have to take another step in order to unlock the rest of the horizon. So let's just go here. Okay, well, once again, we can't go there. And I feel like we've been in this situation before where we've gone here and we've been absolutely dumpstered by the pawn going up. A classic double attack, I believe it was called. So we're really gonna have to. We're just kind of gonna have to put the bishops like that and get castled. I don't really like this game here. Feels like we're in trouble already. Well, at least an exchange is always nice for us. The reason I like an exchange is because I always know what move comes next. Like, if someone does that, it's like, oh, perfect. I know my next move. Here, I know my next move. Is it this? Hanging my knight? No, it's here. Because I'm going to go somewhere in the center. Okay, knight there. Of course, we want to castle ASAP. Oh, but not before an exchange. We'll always trade everything. And we'll get castled. There it is. In the end, maybe not so bad, right? We're out. Okay, hang on. I'll trade in there, and we'll get our snorkel out so we can breathe. Bishop still can't move to those squares. Let's bring a rook to the middle. Probably, I guess we're just going to move our bishop like this next, because I don't really have any squares available. This bishop, we can always move like this to control some of the center. Once the bishop moves, then I can make way for my queen, and maybe this bishop goes there. That's what I'm thinking at this point. Like, I don't really have a better way to solve every problem I have. So I'm just going to go here. I don't really have other squares. And this bishop I can move up to maybe this square and just get that. And then I'll get my queen out to E7. And this is perfect. We're got our snorkel here, got our bishops both, out as much as they can be out, or as much as was afforded to me. And we're getting our rooks into the middle here. Perfect. Okay. This guy's a bit clueless here. We'll take that free piece. Okay, more of that witchcraft, I think. One day this game will make sense. For now, just keep your blinders on and take what's in front of you. Free bishop, take it. Free rook, take it. Let's not divulge that we may have lost the queen in the process. Let's just focus on the good, half full. We won a bishop and we won a rook. Nice. Chess is a lot easier when you think of it like that. All right, well, let's double the rooks. And we got our rooks doubled in the middle. I'm probably going to start sending the RPMs. Yes. Doubling the rooks felt normal just because we had one rook already ready to go. But yeah, it's RPM time next. Don't have to worry about these ones. What a privilege. Just knowing exactly what my next, 6, 7 moves are going to look like. What a great feeling. Random pawn moves, RPM. Never forget it. Right? It's very easy to remember the habits rules because we say them every single time we play. The snorkel, the knights before the bishops, everything towards the center. Make sure you have one pawn in the center if you can. Rooks to the middle. Sweet sound of the fiddle. Go, 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 go. RPM, RPM. We don't have to think about anything. RPMs. It's so easy to play. We need to do an official time keep. How long has it been since the beginning of our RPMs? That's what I'd like to know. Rook into the middle, always a decent idea. Keep it central, and naturally I'm the number one fan of trades around here, so we will most certainly take that. Okay. Number one trade fan. Because yeah, when we started making these random pawn moves, I bet that our opponent's clock looked much different. Literally, these pawn moves, I mean, I could close my eyes. I know exactly what moves I'm going to do next because that's just the plan. He, on the other hand, probably spent multiple minutes. We got a hanging bishop here. Not many pieces on the board, so we can start taking stuff. I don't really know. Stay central. Also, like, keep the rooks connected. I kind of feel good that way, unless there's some reason to disconnect them. I'd like to bring my bishop kind of, take that central pawn, easy move to make. I'd like to bring this bishop kind of back into the center, you know? Here kind of hits some central squares. This looks pretty nice, and we were my hawk-like vision enabled me to see that. Can't be hanging any pieces. And I mean, am I winning this game on the board? Not really. No. It's I don't know. Keep the rooks stacked. It's always nice. Okay, he's attacking our bishop. Just go into the center. Okay. Rook here. I guess if we move our bishop, we'll lose the... We can watch over the bishop like this. Okay, king's attacked here. Go ahead and defend, and I'm very curious. I have to see for my own intrigue what did the time situation look like when we hit those RPMs. Okay, so the right here, our opponent had 3 minutes. We had 3:01. Okay, so he on his own dime played g3, which took some time. Took about 27 seconds, right? So you can factor that in, but I would say this is kind of separate. But still, you could kind of consider this as part of it, because at this point, I know my next move. I know my next move. I know for a fact it's going to be one of these. That's just it. So he takes 27 seconds, makes this. We take like a couple seconds and do that. He takes, let's call it, what do you want to call it? 40, 45 seconds to play this. We take a couple seconds to play this. Granted, he takes this one pretty quickly, but we already know our next move. Again, a couple seconds to play this. He plays this pretty quickly, but then once again, a couple seconds to play this. He plays this. I mean, 15 seconds go by. We've moved our pawns. I bring the rook into the center. And by the time he takes and makes another move here, he's under a minute. Remember, he started at 3 minutes, not 5 moves ago. We didn't have to do anything. We just move the pawns up the board until we can't move it anymore. That's it. Right? And we're able to do that so quickly because it's already laid out. Like, we already know what's up. We already know our plan. This guy spent 2+ minutes on those exact same moves that we used 20 seconds for. If you're spending 20 seconds, they're spending 2 minutes. At some point, you have to understand, it doesn't even matter that much anymore what the damage was in that time. If I'm spending 20 seconds, you're spending 2 minutes, and I'm not checkmated in one, then it's almost worth it. no matter what the situation is. So the habits has you making good fundamental moves, but it also reminds you that you should be doing things quickly, right? You already know what the plan is. What's the point of mapping out exactly what your moves are going to look like if you're not going to do them quickly? That's an advantage you hold over your opponent. May as well make use of it. Winning on the board, losing on time. Well, this is what I'm saying. You'll gain a lot of confidence in your chess when you realize that you should be playing every position with confidence. If you're winning on the board, keep that advantage. Keep the good things going. If you're not, which is going to happen, keep the pressure on the clock. Make sure you know what moves you're responsible for and get them out quickly. And habits will definitely direct you towards those quick and easy moves a lot better than trying to sit there and figure everything out for yourself. Let's go to the next one. 6-1-1. E4 into the center. Knight comes next, right? The knight comes next. And now the other knight, and we're just we're looking great. The two knights are out. We got the bishop next. Does this make sense? Are we all good here? Pawn in the center. Knights to follow, bishop, castle ASAP. This should be making sense. Capture towards the center. Yeah, this way. Not this way. Okay, pawn up. Make sure to get our snorkel out there for easy breathing. And there's our next pawn move, of course. Bishop into control the center because guess what? That move's not available. A trade is an immediate capture. In comes the rook to the middle. Guess what? Our queen is probably taking a step up, and our rook is probably joining. And would you look at this? We've completed the habits quite quickly as well. We don't need to spend a lot of time on moves like this. They make sense here. All right. It's time for the RPMs, the random pawn moves. Let's get him up. Let's get him up. Okay. We can go ahead and recapture this one, but I'll be right back to my random pawn moves next, just finishing off C4, D4. Bishop's attacked. That's the center. Let's keep it central. I think that makes the most sense. And you guys should know what next moves are on the docket. Like, we've already got a nice looking position over here. I'm not going to be moving other pawns in front of my king. That's a no. Knight in. Let's take it. Right? Always trade. And in this case, that's a free pawn in the center. Not hard to spot. Next move. I see a trade. So if I'm looking at this position, my opponent's thinking, I already know, like pretty much guaranteed, I'm taking this. So right here, I already know what's upcoming. I'm taking this, and then what am I doing? I'm probably continuing with some RPMs. I would say, these look like the obvious ones. Central RPMs always feel a little bit better, but okay. C3, C4, D4, even E5. Literally every pawn would be satisfactory there. But yeah, this is a nice, easy trade. I'll just keep pushing in the center. Every pawn. Just up the board. We're wise to this now. You're going to have to bait me with something a little more tempting than that, pal. I ain't falling for it. It's a good thing I have my brain dead pawn moves upcoming that just don't have to think. We don't have to think. Let's go. Oh, that's a trade. We'll go ahead and take that. Okay, well, now we're not really in trouble anymore, so go ahead and take that. It's another trade. It's another trade here. All right, what should we do? We're in an endgame. I'm definitely thinking king. Like last time, I didn't feel like I didn't even get my king out, so probably just gonna motor my king into the middle of the board here. It's a pretty powerful piece, and we'll see what our king can do. Okay, pawn's starting to get away from us a little bit here. And just go attack that one there. Time to use our king. It's the end game. Let's go, let's go. King, king, king. Okay. Keep it simple in the end game. Don't need to complicate it. We're in the center. Use our king, use our king. I just like moving the king around a little bit. Seems to make some sense. Okay, what? He's going here. Can we do a little check? Get the RPM in there. Keep our king in the center a little bit. Try to attack our opponent's pawns. We don't need to be a perfectionist. There's no point trying to be a hero in a rook endgame at 600 ELO. Let's just be real. Let's just be real. Okay? How about a nice check for our opponent? Oh, would you look at that? Oh, unbelievable. Crazy. All we did is keep our king in the 4 goddamn central squares and check the opponent's king. Wow. Un-goddamn believable. He's not even going to let me make the move. Dude, you don't need to learn endgames at 600 ELO. Like, don't waste your time. Don't dive into Dvoretsky's endgame manual. Nobody cares, bro. Nobody cares. Your girl's not watching, all right? You don't need to do all that. What did I do in this endgame? I just hung like 30 pawns, ran my king in circles, stayed around the 4 central squares, and just gave a check whenever I could. That's it. That's it. And let's not forget that there's a key ingredient that you all have, right? As circle members, you all have this ingredient. They don't have it. What is it? Resigning. You know not to resign. In this position, I promise you that after king takes, if you guys were playing with the black pieces, that you would push your pawn, and I promise you would make a minimum a draw. Minimum a draw. Even in this game right here, I wasn't even certain that we would get the win. Pawns can be very tricky to handle. So it's really a bad habit to resign. Like, resigning here is just insane. There's not that many pieces on the board. You're 400, 500, 600. Absolute lunacy to resign a game like this, let alone any game, any position. Do not resign. Okay, this guy resigned. We collected the points. If you guys were black here and you did not resign per the habits, I bet you would, at minimum, save a draw. Thank you to the big resub from Poached Jams. New sub. Meanwhile, Jason, Ya928, thank you for the tier 3 sub, Jason. Yeah, 928. Following up 69 with a 70 tier 3. The commitment to the channel is noticed. Anyone willing to go above and beyond 69 months is a real one. We had Brazilian Monk for 100 bits. Thank you, Brazilian. Hopefully you're here locked in for habits, notepad out and everything. Good morning, Brazilian Monk. And naturally, we have 32 months with Prime from Zooted Bald Zaddy. Thank you, brother. I've been dying to say that. Thank you to Grega V. New sub from Big Greg. I wish avocado. Unfortunately, can't do that one. They only let you customize so much. Thank you, Cluxton. We have another one though that's a little bit more important. It's the avocado hoodie, and it's 294 subs in to the goal. Well, thank you to all the bald zaddies out there, remembering that the boys need your support too. Let's go. Let's bring it back. We're at 619. 5-minute chess. Okay. Let's go. E5 into the center. Hold your horses, everybody. Hold. Notepads. Who's got this one written down? It must be in our notes somewhere. Couple pages back. Anyone got this one? Might have to pull it. Is your handwriting legible? Do we remember this one? Pawn attacked, step number 1. I mean, we'd love to get the knights out, but the order matters here because we want to make sure it's defended. Okay, now our opponent naturally is going to do this. We don't want to be the sucker, and believe me, we have, that plays knight out with 2 knights like this. We don't want to be that fool. But we've already got it in our notes. Pretty much one of the only important memorable lines. Pawn to g6. The queen's going to go back here. Spending some time because we want to make sure to get this right. Now, our knight can develop out normally. And now, our bishop, although we would love it to go here, to make use of this and not look like a fool, is just going to go here. Would love to go there, but it wouldn't make no sense, and you'd get absolutely killed if you played this and brought your bishop out this way. So you need to go here to sort of solidify it, and we can get castled next, and we should be doing pretty well. And here we go. There's a trade. Don't mind if I do. And we're attacked, which means hop into the center. Is that square available? No. This one is. Easy move for us. And we'll go ahead and take that back. And here we are. Here's our game. Not too bad, right? It looks scary at the start, but as it stands, I mean, we can still play the move h6. Always feels a little bit different playing h6 when you already have this one played, but it still makes sense, so we'll still do it. Bishop out. I can't really go here, so I'll just control the center like that with bishop f5. We want to get our queen out. Where's the queen going? Obviously, it's going one step up. And rook into the middle. One here, boom, that's it. That's all we need. The bishops are developed. The queen is out. The rook's coming to the middle. The rook over as well. I mean, what's going on here? Is this my lucky day? You guys offer me every trade in the book here. Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay, we got the RPMs here. Random pawn moves. Just get him going. Get him going. Every single one. Fire him up. Fire him up. Don't need to think about these. We're not done with them. We got one more in the tank. Random pawn moves. All right. We're still going. We got more pawns to move. Here we go. All right. Well, the dust has settled here. We have the bishop hanging. I'd love to maybe go back in the center like that, but this one looks to be the best. Just back to safety. We're still hitting the center here. In fact, both bishops are. Not too bad. All right. What can we do here? I'd love to trade the queens or the bishops, but I'm not really sure how to do that. Yeah, kind of tough actually. I don't really know how to like get my queen to trade for my opponent's queen here. It's kind of tough to think of a move at all. Don't really know. I'll put a bishop in the middle. I'm lost for a move, so let's do it. Can't go wrong with a central move, folks. Okay, hitting our bishop. No problem. We'll just examine the available squares. Well, there's only one. Call me a fool, but obviously I'm going to go here. And I'm not going to waste a lot of time thinking about it either. Bishop attacked. Right? This is the center. I think we'll just take a step back here. Still control the center. And, oh, this is nice. We get to go into the center and offer a queen trade at last. This is what we've been waiting for. Nice. And now we can bring our king in. It is the endgame after all. Time for the king. I can go no further. Not really sure. Not really sure what to do here. Should we just pack it up, call it a day? Okay, well, I guess we'll just chuck some pawns forward here and make some way for my my king, I guess. I'm a little bit lost, I'm not gonna lie. All right, the pawn is kind of running for the hills here. Running for the hills. Can we catch it? Endgame pretty much comprised of bringing my king in, moving pawns, and attacking pawns. That's really all any endgame is. We got pawn attack that's been defended. I can move my king now, so maybe we just kind of bring our king over to the danger here. I don't really mind that. King over to danger. King's a powerful piece. I think we're using our king a little bit more than our opponents, but there you go. That's going to prompt him to activate. Let's leave our bishop in the middle. Right? Makes sense. Bishop in the middle. Just trying to keep using our king. We know exactly where we're headed. We've been heading here ever since. Okay, well, trade. We're obvious, or yeah, anytime we can take, we're obviously going to do it. Free piece. We're obviously going to take it. And once again, not a difficult game. We're gonna take this. King. It's all about using our king as a weapon. We just did this, and that was enough. Made him crack. He panicked. I don't know. Oh, a trade. Okay. Let's what? Move our king into the center, right? Might have to finish up our random pawn moves here. And, well, we can't really move our king because we're going to lose our bishop. So we can move our bishop to hit some pawns here. I guess it could have been that as well, but take something. Let's go here. Take something else. Okay. Take that pawn in the center. Move our bishop out of the way here. And push him. Let's do it. All the way. All the way. Nice. Extra piece, extra pawn. Draw. Makes sense, yeah. Chess seems like a great game. I think I'm excited to continue playing this one. This looks like a game I'll stick with. Makes a lot of sense, yep. Enjoyable, to be sure. Enjoyable. I mean, what are we even just wasting our time here? Buddy, I got a bishop and a pawn on you, and it's a draw. Like, what? What are we even talking about? Draw, by the way. Shouldn't have given up the f-pawn. Well, you know what? My opponent shouldn't have given up the bishop. Why don't you talk to him about that one, huh? Why don't you give him a lecture? I'm following the habits here. I'm the good guy. I thought we did things right. Where did we go wrong? We didn't. We were up a piece and up a pawn at the end of the game. But apparently that's a draw. So I'm just not sure what we signed up for here. I'll take this every time. Hey, you want to sign me up for a free bishop, free pawn position at the end of every game? I'm good for it. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'll take it. Not bad. We're still at 619, right? Maybe we even picked up a point there, but I don't think so. I think still at 619. Oh, we're definitely going to keep going Benjamin. 100%. We're only getting started here. Class just began. Thank you, Chef. More Philidor vids coming on YouTube, of course. But look, as I said, I'm not going to be too upset, right? What am I going to sit here, complain about being up a piece and a pawn at the end of the game? No. Habits led me to this? Sure. Thanks very much. Abe Froman, 68 months. Thank you, Abe. And Reddy27. Thanks for the new sub. We also got Chef for 14 months with Prime. Thank you, Chef. Go speedrun. Let's continue. All right. We're bringing the pawn into the middle. We're bringing the knight out. We're bringing the other knight out. This is how we want all our games to look. We got the bishop. Gonna follow with the king. Okay, first we have an exchange. Always gonna be, yeah, pretty much. If we can take something, we always will. Okay, always gonna take towards the center. Yes. There we go. And let's go ahead and take this one and get castled. Very nice. We got this one, bishop out. Where, like, you see what I mean? I'm already visualizing maybe what my next couple moves are going to look like. Right? Is this bishop going to go here? Probably not. So it's most likely going to go here. Okay. In this case, am I really going to play h6 when I can see this move coming? Probably not. I think this would be a great moment to perhaps pause on that one. Let's get the bishop out. It has to be here, right? Because that square is clearly not available. Rook into the middle. And believe me, I'd like to play this, but I'm just conscious that maybe he can go here. And this has worked really, really poorly for us in the past. So I will play this, but I already know exactly what other moves I want. So I'm just kind of skipping ahead, doing things that I know are positive for my position, and we'll get to everything else later. Like, once I've done all this, maybe this move makes a lot more sense. I'm a little bit better prepared to handle it. I've also got my RPMs everywhere that are nice and easy to get out, so I'll go ahead and do those. RPMs. We've just had such a bad time with g5. We most certainly will play h6, but I may as well do all the other beautiful, helpful things in my position that I know I need. RPMs. I'm running out of them. I got another big one, though, right in the center here. No thought into these moves at all. Trades definitely going to be taking back there. Okay, knight is attacked. We cannot go in the center. Next best thing, central. Not in the center, but central. The knight captures. We can go ahead and take a pawn in the actual center. That's always nice. And now would be a great moment to think about that snorkel, that pawn up to h6. Knight needs to move. Center. This looks like the most central recovery square that we can go to. So we'll bring the knight into d7. Queen attacked. Let's, I guess we have to move our queen here. Let's stay central with queen here. Okay, obviously we'll take a free knight. It's going to give me a free one like that. Well, not much to think about here. Our bishop doesn't have anywhere to go. So I will play our, I mean, I don't really have another option, but I'll play our move there. H6. Now we have our snorkel at long last. Queen's attacked. I guess we'll stay central here. What am I going to do? Probably push this next. Maybe put a knight sort of more central. Knight here, knight here. But yeah, pawn move makes sense, definitely. Push. I only know forward. Knight into the center. Queen into the center. Right? I'd like to push this pawn, so maybe queen into the center and push the pawn. At this point, I have to default on some of the most basic pieces of advice that we have, because we're clearly, like, I'm missing an entire rook. We know that. So I'm not going to overthink it. I'm not going to spend like a minute per move trying to make the most insane possible move here. Like, I'm probably in trouble. So let's just keep pieces in the middle, try to keep pushing pawns, make it happen. Not going to overthink things. Stay in the center. Keep the RPMs high. And look, my opponent's definitely thinking a lot. You know what I mean? Have we had to stop and think about anything? Not really. I can appreciate that the moves might not be as natural for you guys, but at face value, they really are just that simple. I'm in the center. I see where the center is. A couple moves ago, I didn't have any pieces there. It's not rocket science. Just put them there. Just put them there. And we'll go with the RPMs. Continue. Random pawn moves. Okay, bishop here. Stay in the center. Stay in the center. What's my next move? The trifecta. All pieces in the center. Genius. Can't go wrong. Literally following habits to a T. Okay. Neither one of our pawns can really move forward here. It's not my favorite position to be in. Try to push it. This is all I got. A hope and a dream. Just a guy trying to push his pawns here. Okay. Go ahead and push our pawn. Queen is being hit, but we're not going to stress here. We're just going to stay in the center. Not much I can do about this, so here we go. Stay in the center. Free bishop. Okay. What can we do here? Pawn's running away. Let's go here. This looks like a nice move. Covering both at once. Okay, well, we'll take a free piece in the center here. Okay. I think we'll maybe just go back to what we were doing there. Because I initially put my queen here. I was like trying to catch this pawn. And then he sacked something in the middle. So I had to, you know, go out of my way to take it back. But I'll just go back here. I'm trying to pick up that pawn. Okay, this guy's funny. Defend it. Luckily, my hawk vision is able to detect this. No problem. Finally, time to get back to that game plan. RPMs. I forgot about those. Now, you can't tell me that this was a flawless game. Not at all. I mean, it's just not true. So I wouldn't listen to you. But nevertheless, we still got the dub. Don't think we did anything too unusual. Knights out at the beginning. Went for all trades. I did delay my snorkel here. I have to admit, I did do that. But we've seen when there's a rook lined up and they've pushed their pawn like this, that is a very powerful move. So I don't want to give them the opportunity to open a line to my king. Red dot. We don't need that. We don't need that. So instead, I said, okay, rooks to the middle, queen up, bishop out, right? RPMs. Let me do all my other stuff that I know I need to do. It's going to happen anyway. At any point, I could throw this move in, but just said, okay, send all this first. And when the dust had settled, finally, we found time for this. In this position, our opponent had 3 minutes. Okay? 3 minutes. And we get the RPM going. We start to activate all our pieces in the center. RPMs when possible, pieces in the center, and our opponent went from 3 minutes to 1 minute. We didn't go down that much time because we know exactly what the plan is. Does that make sense? It doesn't really matter that we're down material. Whether you're up material, down material, your plans are this exact same. So it doesn't really matter. The habits should give you a good sense of confidence because it truly doesn't matter. You're down material, up material, you're trading regardless. So who cares, right? It's just your plan, it remains the same. So you should never be clueless about what to do next. And hey, if the queens got traded, then I guess we would just bring our king in, right? We'd be in an endgame at that point. It's the time that's a killer. People's time going way down. Because they're look, this guy's 600, right? He's new to chess. He's certainly beginner at chess. Every time he sees a position, he's looking at it. Like, for example, this one, flip the board. He's looking at the position and going, what the hell is going on? Truly, what's going on, right? Like, what is happening here? This is madness. There's so many things to think about. But we don't have that. I'm not going to look at a position and be overwhelmed because I'm just going to think about the habits. And I'm like, okay, what does it tell me to do next? And just look for that. It's much easier to be given a complicated position, know what you're looking for, and then try to find it. Rather than be given a complicated position and don't know what you're looking for and try to find it. Right? You guys are playing Where's Waldo? This guy's out here playing chess. Much more difficult. What would the habits move be for white here? It would be queen into the middle and offering a trade of queens. And probably white would go on to win the game very easily there. Habits work for your opponents too. They're just not using them. Use them before you lose them. Why not bishop c3? Brother, your place in the circle depends on this. It depends on this. I believe in you, Saw Man. The circle doesn't need to lose a member today. We're going strong. We're learning. Why not rook e3? It doesn't trade anything. Queen e3 brings the queen, which is not in the middle. The rook is. Improves the queen into the middle of the board, offers a trade. The queen e3 is like the ultimate habits move. All right. Zooted bald zaddy. During the game, I think we were locked in there, but during the game came in with 10 subs. Zooted W 10 subs from Zooted Bald Zaddy. And Zooted, I mean, being presumptuous here, correct me if I'm wrong, but are these pro avocado hoodie? I went ahead and assigned them there. Let me know if that was an error. Bring our avocado hoodie counter into the 300s. Quite special. Quite special. Provocado. I like it. Man, we never heard of Sawman again. Rip. Did our circle just get smaller? Where's Sawman? We lost him. Bro said bishop c3 and just skedaddled. Everyone just lost a little bit of rating. Can you be in the circle? Hello, Chicken Pants. Welcome in. Chicken Pants, you are actually a previous circle member. You can just go ahead and take your assigned spot right in between Ya928 and Zooted Bald Zaddy. Zooted Bald Zaddy. Just go ahead and make some room there. Chicken Pants is going to slot right in. Now, we always hold a circle spot. Tough weather out there. We know it can be difficult making it on time. Welcome in, Chicken Pants. Of course, Jason. It really is all about the center. But some people think the center means like, oh, just make your pieces hit it. But it can be, in this case, I mean, the bishop is maybe better placed on c3, hitting the center. Queen better placed on e3, hitting the center. King would be the one piece placed better away from the center. Until the queen's trade, and then it's placed fantastically in the center. It's all about the center. Poker Chess played RPMs in a losing position, which confused your opponent so much he resigned, called you a cheater, and blocked you. We take those. We take those. Board Butcher, thanks for the 34 months. Thank you, Board Butcher. No, you're overthinking it, Avocado. Put your shit in the center. That's it. That's like asking, well, what if someone sideswipes you while you're driving? You know, what if someone rear ends you? Aren't you supposed to keep your eyes on the road in front of you? What if someone comes from the side? What do you want me to say to that? Actually, never mind. Don't look at the road in front of you. Sometimes look at the beside you because you want to make sure. And then sometimes look behind you. Sometimes look to the right. Doesn't make sense. Look in front of you. Drive safely. Pieces in the center. Smart. Everything will work out.